All right, let's jump right in. Today, we are breaking down a really powerful argument about what truly separates people who get ahead financially from those who feel, well, stuck. And according to the source we're looking at, it's not about luck. It's not the economy. It's all about our habits.
So the whole thing kicks off with this really big question. Why do so many people just seem to tread water, never really getting anywhere? It's a frustrating feeling for sure. But the argument here is that it's not some big mystery. It's actually a problem with a pretty clear cause. And here's the core idea. Our future isn't really decided by all those external things we love to blame. Instead, it's 7 specific, destructive habits that are quietly sabotaging our progress from the inside out. Okay, so let's start with the first group of habits. The source kind of bundles these together under one main theme, which it calls the trap of now. This is all about how we prioritize this exact moment over a much better future. First up is a big one, instant gratification. You know exactly what this is. It's that magnetic pull towards what feels good right now. The comfort, the easy pleasure, the entertainment, even when we know it comes at the expense of our bigger long-term goals.
And you can really see the 2 different paths here. On one side, you've got the stuck mindset, which is always just chasing that next little dopamine hit. But on the other side, the growth mindset, well, that's all about discipline. It's about being willing to delay that gratification for a much bigger payoff down the road.
Okay, next, let's talk about money. Habit number 2 is what the source calls spending to impress. This is that urge to look successful by buying things that actually lose value instead of putting money into things that could grow and generate an income.
This really breaks it down perfectly. The stuck habit is all about buying liabilities. You know, the fancy car, the designer clothes, all to look rich. The wealth habit is the complete opposite. It's about using your money to buy assets that will actually make you rich over time. Big difference.
Now, the last habit in this first section is absolutely critical. It's this tendency to avoid discomfort. We're talking about actively running away from the very things that force us to grow. The hard work, the discipline, the necessary risks, and just being consistent.
Wow, this quote from the source really says it all, doesn't it? The comfort zone is where dreams go to die. It suggests that our obsession with being comfortable is what's actually killing our potential. The whole game isn't about avoiding difficulty. It's about actively seeking challenges that force you to get better.
Okay, so let's switch gears a bit for our next section. We're going to shift our focus from just our own personal actions to the environments around us, both the one inside our heads and the one we live in every day that shape who we become.
All right, habit number 4. This one is huge. It's the victim mindset. This is when you blame absolutely everything and everyone else for your lack of progress. The economy, your boss, your family, anyone but yourself. It's a total abdication of personal responsibility.
And the key difference here really comes down to your locus of control. Where do you believe control lies? The victim feels powerless, like they're at the mercy of all these outside forces. But the ownership mindset? That's when you take full responsibility for every single outcome, whether it's good or bad. And that right there is the foundation for any real change.
Next up, we have a very modern problem, wasting our attention. You know, in today's attention economy, our focus has literally become our most valuable currency. And this habit is all about letting that currency get drained away by endless distractions and mental noise. And here are just a few of the common drains the source points to. Things we all recognize, right? The endless scrolling on your phone, getting sucked into social media drama, celebrity gossip. It's all just low-value stuff designed to capture our focus and pull us away from what actually matters. This next habit, this one might be a tough pill to swallow for some of us. It's all about our social circle. The idea here is that your environment, the people you surround yourself with, has this massive, often invisible influence on your standards, your ambition, and your daily habits. And this quote just hits so hard. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. Just think about that for a second. The idea that your surroundings can literally overpower your own determination is, well, it's a sobering thought. It means choosing your circle isn't just a social decision, it's a financial and personal growth strategy. All right, we are now moving into the third and final section. And the source presents this last habit not just as another item on the list, but as the one that basically holds all the others in place. It's the linchpin.
So this is it. This is what the whole argument has been building towards. The source frames this final habit as the most destructive of them all, because without fixing this one, trying to change the other 6 is almost impossible.
And there it is, the final habit, thinking too small. You could call it a failure of imagination. It's a mindset that just lacks a clear, compelling, ambitious vision for the future. And think about it. If you don't have a big why, then there's really no motivation to endure discomfort or delay gratification, is there?
And this slide just lays out the two paths so clearly. The stuck mindset. There's no long-term plan. There's this underlying belief that big things just aren't possible for them. But the growth mindset is totally different. It's fueled by a really clear vision and this unwavering belief in their own potential to achieve something great. So, after breaking down all 7 of these habits, the source doesn't just leave us there. It gives us a really critical point for reflection, and actually a pretty clear path forward.
The takeaway is basically a simple 3-step process. Step 1 is awareness. You got to be honest and identify which of these habits are active in your life right now. Step 2 is action. Consciously and deliberately choose the opposite behavior. And step 3 is consistency. You have to build a whole new system of habits that actually serves your goals. And that really brings us to the final and maybe the most important question of all. This isn't just about understanding these ideas in theory. It's about looking in the mirror. So which one of these habits really resonates with you? Which one, if you're being honest, might be the one that's holding you back?